What is going on, everybody? My name is the California Cougar, and today I'm going to be doing another video. What? 2 uploads in less than a week? That's insane. Yeah, not really. I mean, school's finally over. Of course, after tomorrow, I'm going to be gone for like another month because I'm going to be going to Southern California, but yeah, just trying to get as many videos done as possible while I still can. But yeah, for today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2018. Now, 2017 is a pretty up and down year, but overall it was kind of disappointing. I was hoping it would be a lot better than it was. I gave out almost as many Fs as I did last year, which is insane because 2016 I set a record for most number of Fs given, and 2017 is probably going to tie it, at least, if not beat it. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see when we get to our best and worst of the year lists. But yeah, 2017's also had some very good movies. 2018, however, looks like it could be a very promising year. I mean, we've got a lot of movies to look forward to next year. We've got a lot of movies to not look forward to as well, but that'll be a different list. Today I'm just going to go over my most anticipated movies of 2018. Just the top 10. But before we get to the top 10, I do have a lot of honorable mentions, actually. And you might be surprised that some of these are not on the list, but that's just my thoughts. And that's because there's 10 movies that I'm looking forward to more. So, without further ado, let's get into the honorable mentions. And this is just by order of release date. This isn't any like, oh, this just, like the last one I mentioned here, just missed the list or anything like that. This is just order of release date. So, starting off, we have Maze Runner: The Death Cure, God Particle, Pacific Rim: Uprising, Isle of Dogs, Rampage, Ocean's 8, Soldado, The Nun, The Equalizer 2, The Predator, Venom, First Man, Jungle Book, X-Men: Dark Phoenix, Creed 2, Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse, Aquaman, and Bohemian Rhapsody. So those are my honorable mentions. And some of those were hard to keep off the list, but there are just 10 movies I'm looking forward to more. Alright, so let's get right into the list. Starting off at number 10, you might be surprised that it's this low on the list because I'm wearing the shirt and the hat for it. But yeah, my number 10 is Solo: A Star Wars Story. Now, I have my own reasons for putting this low on the list. And that's because I am a little bit skeptical about it, because Ron Howard, the director, he's pretty hit or miss, and I hear the movie's also having some production problems, but nonetheless, it is Star Wars, so I am looking forward to it. It's just not as high as a Star Wars movie would normally be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what, I think, Alden Ehrenreich, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, Alden Ehrenreich, I think he's playing Han Solo. So yes, I am excited to see what happens in the movie and what he does with the Han Solo character. I'm excited to see like how Han Solo was developed and like the origin of his character basically, and see how that ties in with Star Wars: A New Hope. So yes, with that being said, that's why Solo: A Star Wars Story is my number 10. Coming in at number 9 is the first of many superhero movies on this list. There's a lot of superhero movies on this list that I am looking forward to. And this is also the first of, I think, 3 MCU films on this list. I mean, you'll see the other 2 later, but my number 9 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I actually really liked the first Ant-Man a lot. It was in my honorable mentions of 2015. I thought it was a very surprising Marvel movie. Definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I loved Paul Rudd in the movie. I thought the movie was very funny. And I look forward to seeing what they do with the Wasp. Now, I actually don't know who's playing the Wasp. I'll have to look that up again. But I know Paul Rudd's coming back. And actually, who's directing this movie? I'm gonna look that up right now. Ant-Man and Wasp. I gotta see who's directing it. Do they have a director? Let's see. Evangeline Lilly is playing the Wasp. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Peyton Reed is directing Ant-Man and the Wasp. I believe, is he the same guy that did Ant-Man? Yes, he is. All right. So, yes, Peyton Reed is back to direct again. And we have Paul Rudd returning. Evangeline Lilly, however you pronounce that name, is playing the Wasp. And, yeah, I'm curious to see how Ant-Man and the Wasp team up. And I think this comes out before Infinity War. Or no, it comes out after Infinity War. Infinity War comes out in May. I think this comes out in July. So yeah, I think it comes out after Infinity War. But I am curious to see like how it ties in with the rest of the MCU. So yes, Ant-Man and the Wasp is my number 9. Coming in at number 8. Now, the first movie, a lot of people think is super overrated, and a lot of people I know really hate it for some reason. I don't know why. I thought it was one of the most fun movies of 2015. And next year we're finally getting the sequel to it, and that is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I loved the first Jurassic World. I thought it was one of the most underrated movies of 2015, and it was so much fun. And there were parts of the movie where it felt like Steven Spielberg had come back to direct it. Now, this new one, I don't think Colin Trevorrow is not directing it. It's J.A. Bayona. I remember that now. It's J.A. Bayona, the same guy who did A Monster Calls, which a lot of people loved. I liked it. And one of my all-time favorite disaster movies, The Impossible. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of emotion brought into this movie. And I actually saw the trailer to this movie. It looks like so much fun. It doesn't look like great, but it looks like a lot of fun. Like, I'm really just going into this movie expecting to have a blast with it. That's really all I want. And I mean, it looks like a combination of like a blockbuster disaster film and a sci-fi dinosaur film or a sci-fi monster movie. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited. I think it looks like so much fun. That's why Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom is my number 8. Alright, moving on to the number 7 spot. Now, this series, like, it started off a little bit shaky, although I love the first movie. I think the first movie is one of the most underrated movies ever. The second one sucked. The third one was a lot of fun. The fourth and fifth were awesome. And now we have Mission Impossible 6. Yes, I think Chris McQueen, I don't remember the guy's name. Same guy who directed the fifth Mission Impossible. He's returning to direct. Tom Cruise is going to be back again. I cannot wait to see this movie. And the Mission Impossible movies have been getting better and better and better as they go along. Like, the fourth one's great. The fifth one is even better, I think. And I'm excited for this one. I love Tom Cruise as an action star. I think he's the best action star out there, honestly. Like, Keanu Reeves is great, Dwayne Johnson's really good, but Tom Cruise is where it's at when it comes to action movies. He's awesome. Like, even though the Jack Reacher movies aren't great, he at least gave a good performance and made the movies more fun to watch. And, of course, the Mission Impossible movies and The Last Samurai, Edge of Tomorrow. Just Tom Cruise as an action star in general. Awesome. So, yeah. With that being said, I cannot wait to see Mission Impossible 6. I hope it's as good as the last two movies were. That is why Mission Impossible 6 is my number 7. Number 6 is the first animated movie on this list, and it's also a Disney film. I loved the first one a lot, and it's also one of the biggest Oscar snubs ever. The first one lost to Brave in 2012. Next year, we finally have a sequel, and that is WreckIt Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Again, I love the first Wreck-It Ralph movie. I think it's awesome. And I cannot wait to see the second movie. And from what I heard, like the footage that people saw, like the schmoes said they saw footage, and they said it looked awesome. And also, all the original Disney princesses are going to be in this movie, and it's going to have the same voice cast. So, like the same voice actors as before. Like, I think Belle's coming back, Cinderella, Snow White. I'm actually not entirely sure. But yeah, I think Rapunzel's coming back. I actually don't know all of them. But yeah, a lot of the Disney princesses are going to be in this movie, and they're going to have the same voice actors as before. So yeah, I cannot wait to see this movie. I think it's going to be awesome. That is why Wreck-It Ralph 2 is my number 6. Now we get to the top 5. Now this is where the list got really difficult to make because, like, it was. I'm looking forward to all of them a lot, but just the order had to be switched up. Like the only one that was obvious was my number 1, which we'll get to. But like 2 through 5, like they could be put in any order and it would still be the same. But yeah, starting off with number 5, that is Deadpool 2. The first Deadpool is one of the funniest movies ever. I mean, seriously, like Ryan Reynolds kills it as Deadpool. He was so funny in the first movie. The jokes are hilarious, and after seeing, like, first off, like there was that one short before Logan that played. That had me dying laughing. The teaser trailer to this movie had me dying laughing as well. A lot of people think it's just going to be a setup for like Deadpool 3 or some other X-Men film, but I hopefully that's not the case. I'm still looking forward to it nonetheless. I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. I love all the jokes that the first Deadpool movie pulled. I have a feeling it could be a lot of the same. That has me dying laughing. I feel like this could be the best comedy of 2018. So that is why Deadpool 2 is my number 5. Number 4 is actually an original film, or I guess not entirely original, but adapted from a source material. And it's from my favorite director of all time. And this is the first time in a while that my favorite director of all time actually made my most anticipated list because, like, this year we have The Post, but I hadn't even heard of The Post until halfway through this year. And then last year we had the BFG, but there were just so many movies coming out in 2016 that the BFG couldn't make it higher. This year we have Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One. Now, I didn't know what this movie was until I saw the trailer. And then I saw the director behind it. I knew immediately this would be on my top 5 most anticipated list because the trailer looks awesome. Like, there's just a lot of things going on. It looks like Tron Legacy if it were, like, epic. That's really the best way I can put it. It looks like a modern-day version of Tron Legacy with an even better soundtrack. It's going to have even better effects and a great story, and it's got my favorite director of all time behind the camera, Steven Spielberg. So, yeah, you bet I'm looking forward to this movie. You bet. And it looks like a video game movie if it were actually good, pretty much. Like, basically like the anti-Pixels type of movie. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Ready Player One. I think it's going to be awesome. That is why Ready Player One is my number 4. Alright, moving on to number 3 is the Pixar movie coming out this year, and I cannot believe we got 2 Cars sequels before we even got a sequel to this movie. My number 3 is The Incredibles 2. It took 14 freaking years to finally get a sequel to this. It's about time. And yet we somehow got 2 Cars sequels. I still can't even believe that. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm looking forward to The Incredibles 2. I love the first Incredibles a lot. It's the Fantastic Four movie it's the best Fantastic Four movie ever made. That's really what it is. And it's one of the best Pixar films. I gave a perfect 100 to it. Now, I'm not expecting this movie to be as good as the first one because I've learned with Pixar sequels, like, go in with lower expectations than you might want to go in. I did that with Finding Dory, and I ended up loving Finding Dory. So, hopefully that'll be the same way with The Incredibles 2. Or The Incredibles 2 could be, well, incredible, like the first one. Either way, I'm still looking forward to it a lot. I cannot wait to see it. That is why The Incredibles 2 is my number 3. Alright, number 2 and number 1. Alright, number 2. This is the second MCU film on this list. And the first time we saw this character was in Captain America Civil War. And now he's getting his own movie, and with the people behind it and like who the stars are, I cannot wait to see this movie. My number 2 is Black Panther. Yes, Black Panther. This movie looks awesome. It looks awesome. Based on the trailers I've seen, you got Michael B. Jordan playing the villain in this movie. Chadwick Boseman is back playing the Black Panther. And you have Ryan Coogler behind the camera. And he and Michael B. Jordan have worked together before, both on Fruitvale Station and Creed. And I loved both of those movies, especially Creed. Creed was my number 2 of 2015. So yeah, I can't wait to see what Ryan Coogler does with the Black Panther. And I loved Black Panther in Civil War. He was a great side character. He had great motivation. Everything made sense. So I can't wait to see how this movie ties in with the rest of the MCU and how it sets up for Avengers Infinity War. So that is why Black Panther is my number 2. Alright, now we're down to my number 1. And speaking of Avengers Infinity War, that is my number 1. Avengers Infinity War. Dude, I cannot wait to see this movie. This movie looks amazing. I saw the trailer for it a few days ago. Wow. It's one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Like, it's up there with the first trailer for The Last Jedi for me. I'm not even kidding. And even some of the trailers for Star Wars The Force Awakens. Like, next year, this is going to be, like, the Star Wars of that year. Like, it's going to be a packed audience on opening night. I have a feeling this could be the next movie to make $2 billion worldwide. And I hope it is. Especially with everyone behind it. You have the Russo brothers directing, same people who did The Winter Soldier and Civil War. Both incredible movies, especially Civil War. Civil War was my number 1 of 2016. And you have like all these superheroes coming together and they're fighting one villain, which is Thanos. And I think Thanos could be the best villain the MCU has ever seen. Like, he could be up there with Zemo and Loki. And I honestly think this could be the first movie, like, unless The Last Jedi does it, which I can kind of see The Last Jedi doing it, but I think Avengers Infinity War could be the movie that tops the first Avengers as my best film of the decade. I really think that could happen. We'll see, but yeah, with the whole cast behind it, like you have Captain America, Iron Man, like their sidekicks, War Machine, Falcon. You have, I think Thor's going to be in this movie. The Incredible Hulk is going to be back. Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in this movie. Black Panther, Spider-Man. Like, you just have everybody coming together to fight Thanos. And it's just going to be an all-out war. And the action in this movie is going to be incredible. I imagine the humor is going to be hysterical. Maybe something like the airport fight in Civil War, or perhaps even better. We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, I have huge hopes for this movie. Really high expectations. I absolutely cannot wait to see Avengers Infinity War in 3D on opening night, Thursday at 7 p.m. That's when I'm going to see the movie. Hopefully I get a seat. I'll have to get tickets early, obviously. But yes, that is when I plan to see it. So yes, that is why Avengers Infinity War is my most anticipated movie of 2018. Alright, so there is my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2018, along with my honorable mentions. What are your top 10 most anticipated movies of 2018? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what your top 10 is, along with any honorable mentions that you might have, and let me know what you think of my list. Like, do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? What movies would you put on your list that are not on my list? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come in the future. I will have a review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Of course, that review will be spoiler-free, coming out tomorrow. And that is it for now. So until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. Peace.